Codex is OpenAI's answer to Claude Code, and it's really powerful. They're adding some really interesting features that make it more than just an AI development platform. It's one of the most trending AI tools right now. I think you're going to be really impressed with what it can do. So here we are inside of Codex. So as we can see here, they've now added these buttons here to connect Codex to Gmail, connect it to Slack, and connect even more apps as well. So they're trying to turn Codex into a full productivity suite, including the ability to write code, build websites, and build apps. I've been really impressed with Codex recently, especially with the new GPT 5.5 model, which is their most powerful model right now for complex coding research and real world work. And you can also choose the amount of thinking that you add for the model. So you can do extra high, medium, or low. So this is going to determine, one, how quickly the model responds, and also how many tokens, how much of your rate limits are you going to use up as you're building. Then you can also choose between standard and fast. Again, fast is going to increase your usage, which is going to use up your rate limits more quickly. There's a few other things that you should know if you're brand new to Codex. So there's something called plugins. So this is the same as the connect to your favorite apps page that we just did before. So one thing that's really cool is there's computer use, so you can control Mac apps from Codex. Browser use is really cool, control the in-app browser with Codex. This can be really helpful both for research and then also for debugging and actually previewing websites and apps that you build. And then there's a lot of other options that we can do. So let's get started just by building a website, because I want to show you some different functionality that Codex has. So this is the Codex app itself. I think it's really, really cool. I've been really impressed with this Codex app since I've started using it. So let's try out something simple. So I'm sending off a prompt. Please build me a website for an ice cream store that I'm starting in Los Angeles. So very basic. Here I'm on 5.5 extra high for the model. So it's thinking, it's going to look at the workspace. Basically, the workspace is the folder that we're in, and then it'll create the folder in the project for you. So here we can see the workspace is empty, so it's going to create all the files from scratch. But if we had files in there already, it could work with those too. So it's going to make it feel like a real LA scoop shop right away, menu, order flow, flavor browsing, and enough atmosphere to feel launch ready. Okay, something that I've noticed, at least for myself, just kind of as a review of this 5.5 model, is I think it's really good at writing code. I think its writing ability, the ability to write copy on the website, it's not quite there. To me, it feels AI written. So that's something that I still think Claude is better at. There's also things that we can do with adding some additional instructions to or examples that can always be helpful for writing copy that feels like it's written by a human. But overall, I've been really impressed with the code that the 5.5 model can write. So in a second, we're going to get an example, and you're going to see something really cool that in the new Codex app here, we're going to be able to actually preview the app that it created. So if you're used to building in tools like Lovable, this is going to be familiar, where you're going to have this ability to preview what it's creating. And I like that it does this, and you'll see, because if you're using just like Claude Code in the terminal, you actually have to it on your local device. So then you'd have to go onto your browser, do localhost 3000, for example. But the nice thing here is that it's going to show up right here on the right side. While that's working, I want to show you about automations here in Codex as well. If you're new to Codex, you should know about this. So automations allow you to automate work by setting up scheduled tasks. And a lot of these pre-built automations are mainly about reviewing code. I think this is because when Codex was first released and automations were first released, the main reason someone would use Codex is to write code. But now that there are additional features like connecting to Gmail, Slack, and it seems that OpenAI is leaning a little bit more into productivity to compete more with Claude Cowork and OpenClaw, I think that we're going to see more automations here that are a little bit more productivity related. So I bet even by the time you watch this video and you see the latest update to Codex, that might be updated, because we can see here already with plugins that they're really leaning into these integrations with tools that people are already using. There's also skills as well. So skills allow you to add basically additional context that the model is going to decide when it needs to use. So for example, by default, OpenAI docs are included as a skill, which means that if you're building an app that includes open APIs, it's going to read those docs automatically, but you can add more skills and custom skills as well. All right, so we're back here in our ice cream shop build. We can see it created 3 files here. It looks like it's doing a quick test to see if it actually works. And then in a second, we'll be able to preview this inside of Codex. All right, cool. So here it says it built it. We can just click open. And then this is what I was telling you about. So here it's open. It's basically rendering it from the index file that it created. And let's browse through what it created. First of all, I really like the design. Actually, it's like a very fun design for an ice cream store. I don't know where it got that background image from, but maybe it got it from some sort of open source image website like Unsplash, for example. Opening summer 2026, pick your mood. Overall, really, really nice. It even built out this ability to send an order request. So this is something, we could build out more if it was a real ice cream store. It has catering, and it even came up with an address in Los Angeles and a website. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. This is crazy. I really like the design that it came up with. And then, okay, so let's say you build this and you're unsure, like, how do we go from this preview on our computer to actually a live website? There's many ways that you could do it. One way that you could do it is to push this code to GitHub, then sync that to Netlify or Vercel, for example. So then we could host the website. But what I want to do is show you how powerful these tools are when you're stuck and you don't know what to do. So let's say we ask the model, how do I actually get this website live on the internet? And then I'm going to change it to medium intelligence just so we get a quicker answer. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you that anytime you're stuck with anything technical, just ask the AI and it's going to do a really good job of telling you what to do. So here, okay, a few good paths. This is a really great idea. Go to Netlify drop. This is a great one. So you can just drop the folder in and you're going to get a live URL immediately. Then you can add a custom domain. That's a really great first option. Best long-term, GitHub plus Netlify or Vercel. So exactly what I said. So yeah, this is a really good way of doing it. Put the folder in a GitHub repo, connect it to Netlify or Vercel. Another one, simplest with Apple, Google domain later. Yeah. So something that, again, if you're like, okay, great, I want to do the best long-term, but like, how do I put the folder in GitHub? So I'm showing you this to show you that if any questions you have, just ask the AI, and Codex is really great at this, and it's going to tell you how to do it. So I'm going to use the GitHub workflow notes briefly. So it's telling us exactly what to do. Go to github.com/new. You can name it, choose public, and then put the folder in the terminal. So again, you can keep asking questions if you're stuck, but yeah, just keep asking Codex how to do this if you don't know how to do it. Okay, so hopefully if you watch this video, you now have a sense of what Codex is capable of, and hopefully you're inspired to download it and build something yourself. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. The AI world is changing so quickly. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.